Uba Ardent Miller basayamoy unong yalam ka VPP bat udukhat ka Yingdor bar thaw an ka jalla. Uba don hakaliang persya, haka Jingkylli jong haka way na kimat hador bar mang tengka jong ka Yingdor bar thaw an. Ulabu ka Jingkylli, bat katay ka Jingkylli ka jong kalajan Thap penking Janor penban, yu Conrad konggal sangma, menteri rangba ka jalla. Haka Jingshisha uba Ardent ukali syapang balay ki beri ki basyong hakapun, kidon hapadang ka Jings mensim, bat ka ka bala pelong yaki kumta, bat ayu ka sorkar jela kala trekam ban penlaj yaki nagabakum kata ka Jingjia, penban u Conrad lajuba hakabaningkong syapang ka Jingi keni jaka hapadang ki ar jela, klam das ngap hai ka Jingkylli uba Ardent. Hadin ba uba Ardent ulayang ban pa pensyai, ban keren syapang uput usam, u Conrad ulayetu balabu igi ketempulin, neki police outpost, hagi jaka kaput bajumi ki Jingi kaja.
Mr. Speaker, sir, reply to star question 1. Sir, the steps taken by the government to ensure safety and security for the people living in the border areas, both national and international, are as follows. A. Interstate border. 1. Along the interstate border, the government has created 7 new border outposts. In addition to the existing police stations and outposts, new police stations and police outposts in close proximity to the interstate border of Assam have also been created. 3. Deputy commissioners of the border districts having areas of differences are in regular touch with their counterpart deputy commissioners from Assam. 4. A standard operating procedure has also been issued to the superintendents of police regarding measures to maintain peace and tranquility in the areas of difference along the interstate border. 5. Regional committees headed by cabinet ministers have been formed for resolving the remaining 6 areas of difference. B. International border. There are 14 police stations which shares their jurisdiction boundary with the international border. 2. Along the Indo-Bangla border, there are outposts and infiltration checkposts in districts bordering Bangladesh. 3. Regular foot, mobile, and long-range patrolling is conducted along the border by police personnel.
Sir, I appreciate the Honorable Chief Minister for his extensive reply on my question. Sir, the reply that we used to get in this August House and what is happening on the ground seems to not support each other, sir. So I'm raising this question because till today, there is a constant fear in the mind of the people living in the border areas. So may I know from the Honorable Chief Minister, what actually is the reason that these people living in the border areas are still under constant fear? I don't know, maybe it is the soft approach and gentleman approach of the government of Meghalaya that has emboldened the counterparts even to outrightly claim Mukro inside the Assam Assembly. So may I know what actually is the reason, sir?
Sir, it's the supplementary question that has been asked by the honorable member of course, requires a much larger debate. It will not be possible for me to go into the details of all those aspects during question hour, though his concerns are definitely genuine. But sir, in short, we have seen that in the last 50 years, that in the border areas and especially in the areas of differences, there have been different incidents that have taken place in the past. And we could gauge from the way the discussions or the incidents have happened and the different tensions that are there in these specific areas, that it definitely stems from the border issue and the differences that we have, and the fact that the border area resolution has not been reached. And because of these differences that are there in these border areas, there are situations where the tension builds up from both sides. And it's not something that happens like on a particular day that this incident happened, but it's a sequence of events and different situations that finally lead to different incidents that are taking place. And that is the reason why in the previous government, in MDA government, we were very, very keen to ensure that we resolve the border issue once and for all. Because once we're able to resolve these issues, once we're able to mark and demarcate the different areas, we expect that the different kind of tension that is there because of the claims and counterclaims, the movements that take place from both sides, different development projects are affected. All these aspects then leads to these different incidents happening, and there is a continuous tension and pressure, and that's why we are firm as a government that in the first MDA government, we came to a memorandum of understanding in terms of the first 6 areas of differences, and we are working towards ensuring that as we move forward, we are able to resolve the other 6 areas of differences. So in a nutshell, that is what the crux of the problem is. But of course, there are many more facts and issues that are there that are specific to particular locations, which will require a larger debate, sir.
Supplementary number 2, please.
Sir, I understand that I don't want to raise the border issue. I just want to know about the safety and security of the people. This is a must, sir. Whether we settle the border, whether it takes time or we can settle the border now, but at least the safety and security of the people should not be compromised under any circumstances. So reports keep coming, sir, even today, that the people living in the border areas, they are really frightening when they see that these government officials keep coming to the interior part of Meghalaya.
Your second supplementary.
Yeah, I will come to that. So therefore, may I know what is the exact step that the government has taken to ensure that the government of Meghalaya will not compromise as far as the security and safety of the people is concerned. We don't want another incidence of firing of death occurred in the border areas. That is my question, sir.
Sir, again, as I said, the concerns of the honorable member are definitely genuine. And as we have moved forward, sir, as I mentioned, at different levels and different times in the past 50 years, tensions have built up during different occasions. But in order to ensure that we are able to control the situation and also provide the safety, security, and avoid, as the honorable member mentioned, any future incidents. Of course, number one step is to strengthen our own forces within our borders. And that is very important because it builds up the confidence of the people. And hence, as mentioned, that we have gone ahead and sanctioned new border outposts, new police stations, and we have enhanced the manpower, and all these different aspects and infrastructure work also will start there. So all these infrastructure in terms of security, so all these aspects will overall lead to ensure that our manpower and our police force is increased, and our presence is felt, so that there's a sense of confidence among our people. That's number one, sir. Number two, while we do that, it is also very important that we are continuously in touch with the other side. And therefore, in the meeting that was held among the chief secretaries on the 21st of June 2019, it was decided that an SOP should be created and the different procedures should be followed to ensure that continuous communication is there with the counterparts from the Assam side, and hence a very lengthy protocol and system was created on the 30th of September 2020, where the SPs of the areas where the differences are there should have quarterly meetings with their counterparts. Then different long, almost 6-7 pointer SOP has been created, where not just in terms of physical meetings, but every week or every 2 weeks, they should be in touch, with each other on the phone. Communication should take place. The deputy commissioners should also coordinate among each other. If there are any kind of development works that are taking place, then the communication should be taken and or communication should be done, and permission or some kind of an NOC should be given by the other side. Because we've seen that most of these different tensions build up because some side starts doing some work, the other side then reacts to it saying that this is Meghalaya, or the other side says this is Assam. And it's because of the lack of communication sometimes that we see a lot of things that can be avoided lead ultimately is not avoided, and we see the tension building up. So hence we realize that communication, coordination with our counterparts is very important. So this is now happening at the district levels. This is happening at the police station level. This is happening at the chief secretary level. This is happening at the level of the OSDs from both sides who are specifically meant to deal with these situations throughout the state. And most importantly, this is happening at the chief minister's level also, where even a small incident that takes place, we are in touch, I am in touch directly with the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam to ensure that none of these situations escalates, and as far as possible, of course, we want to ensure that none of these incidents take place in the long run. So therefore, it's a large exercise. It requires a lot of coordination, and as I said, this continuous communication is something that is very important. So building up the confidence of our people by ensuring our manpower, our infrastructure and security is increased in these sensitive areas. And number two, communication and coordination with the counterparts to ensure that proper information is always there.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. So I'll just want to know from the Honorable Chief Minister, when will the border outposts in Mukro start functioning, sir?
Sir, it is already functioning, and the sanction also has already been done, sir.
One more question, sir. So I just want to know whether the land has been identified or not for setting up of this border outpost.
So that information is not with me as of now for a particular thing, but temporary arrangement has been made, and temporary location has been identified, but for a permanent location, that information is not there with me as of now, sir.
Sir, one more, sir. Sir, it is just a gentle reminder, sir. Since during the last year incident that was happening in Mukro, so all of the people in Mukro, they want that the forest check gate to be removed or to relocate to some other area. So what are the steps that has been taken by the government, sir?
Sir, as we are aware that this particular incident is under the Commission of Inquiries, and hence we are not able to take up the entire matter. This particular issue of this shifting of the gate is very much within the Inquiry Commission's mandate, because these are the circumstances under which this incident took place, and hence it will not be appropriate for me to reply to that. The Inquiry Commission is going on right now, and I would urge that let the Commission of Inquiries first complete their investigations.
Supplementary question?
Exactly, sir. Supplementary question. Sir, I would like to get a clear clarification from Honorable Chief Minister, because we are completely confused about the area, Mokro. This particular area, where it falls, whether it falls into a state of Meghalaya or Assam, a state of Assam.
No, this is not related to the principal question. This is regarding the safety and security of the people.
Yes,
Now,
exactly. Exactly,
you're
sir.
talking about the line of,
Exactly, sir. This also is it's very relevant with the entire safety and security of the
Sir,
boundary.
for the benefit of the honorable member, first I have to ask him, is he confused or is he asking me I'm confused?
No, the state as a whole confused. Why? Because
I don't think anybody's confused.
No.
It
The
sounds like
state-
you're
the
confused.
state-